Okay, so this is One versus the Other. My name is Lindsay, and this is my friend.
Hi, my name is Kit.
And today we're going to be watching the new release. I think it actually came out a few days ago, but Coffeezilla came out with a new video having to do with Logan Paul's, what is it? It's an NFT? Was it an NFT or like a crypto game, basically? A crypto game or whatever? I didn't even know it ever came out a year ago, to be honest, until recently.
I heard about it. It's like a crypto project for them. I think it's an NFT and such. Do you know who's Logan Paul?
I've watched him in passing. So I've watched him when I'm listening or just due to comedians that go on his show. So I watch his podcast if, for instance, Bobby Lee is on it, which is one of my favorite comedians. I've gone to see him 3 or 4 times. Or if, for instance, like Andrew Schultz is on there. He's pretty much one of my favorite comedians. And what other times I've never watched any other time, I think.
So you mean like you listen to his podcast?
Twice.
Then you didn't ever watch his entertainment stuff?
Don't even know what it is. I mean, I heard that he did vlogs and stuff like that. That's how he became famous. And then he became hated for a video that happened in Japan, and I saw it in passing, but I was like, oh, that's horrible. But I was not a part of his fan base, so
Yeah, so it didn't bother you.
it's not that it didn't bother me, but like I know suicide, right? I'll bleep that out. But I've seen it not necessarily firsthand, but I know of it in the sense of it has been in my, because it's like it sucks. It sucks for the people that were there. It sucks for their families, and it sucks that it was posted. That's it.
Yeah, I think that you make the statement already, and I don't know. I really feel like the really big backlash was coming from that it was posted.
I think so. Yeah, but I can't say what was going on in his mind when he did. So
I think it started out of touch. Like you're always chasing frames. Everybody does. Like a lot of people do, and it only can get you so far. Like, hey. And they saw him on the other note. Eventually, he got out of it. Right? He started redeeming himself. He donated $1 million to the organization to try to and he did. He actually able to gain a more mature audience base, and this is what happened.
Millions of dollars stolen and a cast of sleazy characters, but now it's time to put it all together. What is the truth? And who's to blame? We're going to start by going through leaked text messages of the CryptoZoo team to understand all of their motivation. Then we'll go to blockchain evidence and show who sold what. And finally, we'll confront some of the people responsible. But before we can do any of that, we have to start in March of 2021, 6 months before the token even launched. Our 4 suspects, Logan, Crypto King, Eddie, and Jeff, are in a group chat discussing CryptoZoo, which starts as a copy of something else. Quote, "I like imitating crypto kitties," Jake the Crypto King says. Logan replies, "I agree." And initially, it wasn't called CryptoZoo at all. It was called Crypto Pets, and they were going to sell a pets token. And pretty early on, it became clear this was all about money, how they were going to sell this thing to investors. In fact, Crypto King said he thought it was worth at least $20 million in only 6 months, saying the range is insane. $20 to $210 million. It's beautiful wherever we land. Eddie jumped in at this point and talked about how he could sell the project as an investment to a friend, Matt Higgins, saying, quote, "He has to spend that $350 million somewhere. Why not us?" And Logan says, "I love that idea. Crypto King, I'm in." And of course, you have Jeff saying, "Let's go." So you can see right there, they wanted to sell this game before it had even launched. Now later, Eddie amends the list of investors and says, quote, investors will be Gary Vee, Todd Morley, James Altucher, Ryan Kavanaugh, and others, confirmed on my end. Supposedly, they had $100 million of investment interest. Now, I actually went to some of these investors and asked if this was true, and the one person who responded denied it, Ryan Kavanaugh. Quote, nope, not even a little bit. So this looks like it could be yet another lie from Eddie Ibanez, but either way, it looks like there was more issues than just finding investors because the team wanted to pre-sell tokens, and not everyone was sure it would be legal. Jake the Crypto King mentions that.
Pre-sale?
Pre-sale with tokens, yeah. Why? Like, what's your opinion on that?
Is that allowed?
For pre-sale? Why wouldn't it be allowed?
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Like, why? Like, we could pre-sale tickets. It's not a scam if someone pre-sales tickets. It's a scam if they cut and run with it, technically. You could argue that it's a scam if people don't get their money back. I'm
really not familiar with crypto.
No, I'm talking about, like, tickets in the sense of, like, a show. Like, we went to the Dave Chappelle show. We got, like, we paid for the tickets before we got to the door. So we got the pre-sale tickets. And then we got to the door. They worked. Oh my God, thank God. No, but in the sense of if they hadn't have worked, then...
Oh, okay.
You know? So... I really wonder who we got this text from. This text communication from. I'm guessing it's from Jake the Crypto King, though.
It is because he said he reached out to...
Crypto? Yeah.
All the people, all the suspects.
Sorry, like 1 minute where I'm a dumbass.
He reached out to all the suspects and none, like only few of them, like handful of them actually responds.
Okay.
That quote, if we have a pre-sale, it opens us up to SEC issues. And Jeff agrees and says, don't want to do anything that brings the SEC eyeballs. Now, not everyone wanted to be so cautious, though. Logan argues everyone does pre-sale with coins. Eddie agrees. He says, you absolutely can do it. I have the SEC down, private and pre-sale. And honestly, it was quite the dilemma for this team who wanted money. You know, do a pre-sale, make millions, but, you know, you have these potential legal issues. Don't do it, you make less money. So Crypto King comes up with a middle solution. He says, if we can't sell, no pre-sale. We can still trade them in the liquidity pool. And this is the start of a new disaster, which takes a bit of explaining. Now, just so we're clear, a pre-sale is where you sell investors coins, usually at a discount, before you've launched. And then when you launch, you give them those coins. Now, like I said, the team didn't want to do that. So what they did instead was they bought the tokens on the open market right after launch. But they tried to get clever with it because they didn't actually announce that they were launching this coin at all. They stealth launched it on June 11th and didn't announce this token through Logan until August 18th, meaning they had all that time to silently buy up as much of the supply at a steep discount as they wanted. And the idea here was that doing this, the team could get these tokens extremely cheaply, which is kind of like a pre-sale, but, you know, without all the SEC troubles.
Ain't that insider trade?
I mean, but that would have to do if we were talking about stocks. There's not as many regulations when it comes to quote-unquote tokens or cryptocurrency. Because you and I would think of that as kind of fraudulent because that is insider trading because they're the ones that created the company and they're traded it within each other at a super low price. When they opened it but didn't let everybody else know when it was open. So I would consider that morally an issue. It's technically not illegal. It's technically not illegal. I would, based off the information I know, I'm not saying that I'm 100% correct because I might be completely ignorant and be talking out of my ass. I assume like all the information that comes out of my mouth is talking out of my ass. But in this instance, based off what I know, it would be considered insider trader when it comes to, you know, like that's what Martha Stewart basically went to jail for, from my understanding.
Who?
Martha Stewart, you know, the home goods lady, the white home goods lady. All the white people are obsessed with them. Her, I think. I don't know. I grew up on Hispanic TV. I just know of her because I know that she got arrested for a white collar crime and went to jail.
Those called white collar crime?
White collar crime. It's a money crime.
Oh.
It's a financial crime.
Oh.
Like there's blue collar crime and then there's white collar crime. This would be considered, if it was illegal, a white collar crime. Like in the traditional sense. I could be completely wrong, but that's my thought process behind it, at least here in America.
Interesting. I never even know about that. What? That's a saying of blue collar and white collar.
It's just to classify people. Like, I think it's another way to just distinguish the separation between one social status and another social status and the types of crimes that those social statuses commit. I'm not saying that it's necessarily right. It's just something that's normally said. Like, if we were to look on an alert and it says that something was done, it'll like the way someone would define it would be like, oh yeah, a blue collar crime happened like right around the corner.
Now I'm gonna start using that. Make me sound more intelligent.
I don't know, because I haven't heard people use it a lot recently. I used to hear it a lot because my mom would watch, when I was growing up, a lot of Law and Order, and I would watch it with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would use the term a lot, which is why I understood it, because that's basically how I learned English.
I learned English by watching magazine.
Watching magazine?
I mean, read magazine.
Oh, okay.
I already started catching my English. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I was like, wait, I thought that was like a show or something. That's why I was like, what is going on? But okay, I'll go back to playing the video.
And Crypto King makes this clear on June 7th when he says, quote, launch of the liquidity pool is where huge money will be made because you get in cheaper. And then says, we, the team, begin buying out the liquidity pool. Once the team has exhausted funds for the liquidity pool buying, we send the contract address to friends, family, investors who want to be able to get in. So obviously the plan is we buy first, then we give it to our close friends and family, and then maybe the public eventually, right? And even the day before, Crypto King reminds everyone, quote, Zoo Day is tomorrow. I highly recommend everyone get a few $100 to a few $1,000 in Zoo when it goes live. It will likely 10 to 1,000x. So that was their plan. Rather than doing a pre-sale, they were going to do this stealth launch and hopefully get tokens cheaply.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I mean, they are rich people, so I don't see that is their problem.
I feel like I dabble in small money. Like, I don't invest that much money in anything.
Yeah, especially something that is still uncertain. You know, like the market is not certain entirely yet. So I don't know. For particular them, they are rich people, so they don't really have problems.
And I guess I would understand why someone would fall for this, because a year ago, crypto was being traded around like crazy.
Yes.
A year ago. Because this is when this happened, right? Like about a year ago, 2 years ago?
Yes, 2021. That's what he said.
Okay. So then I still find that psycho, but okay.
Everybody, I mean, who doesn't want to be rich? Like, who want to... A lot of people this day still working in a job that they don't like. They hate their job. Not like us, we love our job. But still I got out of my job, previous job, to actually get to the point that I found something I actually like it. And not everybody have the luxury. They really want to do something different from their life. I guess that's something different they found it.
But that still sounds like a get rich quick scheme. I don't know. I know of someone, I don't want to identify them at all, but I know of someone who lost all their money in the stock market like 10, 15 years ago, and then decided to take a class on how to train or like trade correctly, right? And was able to gain all of her money back. And then put all of her money in cryptocurrency when it was extremely low, like all the extra money that she had gained. Ended up becoming a multi-millionaire.
Good on her.
Put it into cash and kept her job, right? And and then she bought her house, rents out the rest of the rooms, still lives in the same house that she rents out the rooms in, has that pay for all the utilities, and she just has the money and uses it to take care of her parents, basically.
I think it's all about it's about economy. It's about timing, right? Not just only one thing. We couldn't say if crypto is not the future. Is the future? We don't know.
No idea. Yeah, exactly. It's an unknown. It just like any unknown, like whatever you invest in, possibly in the market, it might have more backing, right? Slightly. But I mean, you saw what happened with all those. There was like I remember a few years ago, and I might be completely off about this, but a few years ago, Trump had had like this huge water park that was supposed to be built, and a bunch of people invested in it, and then it just went completely bankrupt. Like, it went completely under. And all those investors lost all their money.
I'm pretty sure the majority of those people are rich people, though.
You never know. They might have just put... What if someone was rich and they put all their money into that?
Still,
that
like,
sucks.
It doesn't matter how much you trust one entity or anything. You still have to be...
Not put all your money
Yeah,
in
no one eggs in one basket. No all eggs in one basket. No one egg in one basket.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
There you go. Correct my English.
No, I'll just give you the correct saying. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching our first part of watching the ending of Logan.
Ending of Logan Paul.
Well, yeah, that's what it's called. Ending Logan Paul's biggest scam.
Oh, okay. I was like, ending the Logan
I mean,
Paul.
I'm not ending anyone. I'm not very good at those things. But I'm also fairly tiny. I mean, it's the Hispanic in me. You've seen my mom. It's more like down here.
She's really tiny, though.
She's super tiny, and she runs like half marathons like crazy.
The resiliency.
I know. We did 6 miles this weekend on Christmas morning, and I don't know how, like, the next day I was like working on stuff and she was like exercising still. I was like, ugh, what's wrong with you? We just ran 6 miles yesterday. It's a break today.
Oh my god.
Okay, but thank you so much for watching One Versus the Other. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we hope you take everything that we've said here with a grain of salt.